You know, as I thought about what to say, I contemplated talking about all the wonderful work our department has done, all that we've accomplished since I've been chief, and certainly the exciting challenges that lay ahead of not only our department, but probation as a profession in the state of California. And then maybe adding some last words of advice or encouragement. But to me, that's not what I want tonight to be about. I think I've been doing that for the past 6 years, or at least the last couple months since I announced my retirement. And so tonight is really about me saying thanks to all of you. So first of all, thank you to my wife, Heather. This really was a team effort. She was all in every step of the way. And I remember the day that Chief Krogan told me he was retiring, and I told him he couldn't leave. He told me I had to go have that discussion with his wife, and I would lose that argument, and he's right. So I went home that evening, and I told Heather what happened at the office that day, and I said, so she goes, are you ready for this? And I looked at her and said, it may not be whether I'm ready, it's also whether you're ready. And she said, yeah, so we did this thing, kind of, you know. So thank you, dear, for all of your support. To my children, you know, for most of my career, I kept them sheltered from the real work I did. By the time they were old enough to understand, my everyday work in the organization was pretty much going to meetings, and they really thought that I had the most boring job in the world, which was fine for me. But over the years, there were certainly sacrifices. There were places that Dad had to be, and things that Dad had to miss. And so I'm looking forward to having time in retirement to spend more time with all of you. You know, this room is filled with people who retired quite a few years ago from our department. There are people who were role models, mentors, shared their wisdom with me over the years, and whether they knew it or not, they contributed to where I stand today, and I'm proud to have them as friends. So thank you to all of you. Of course, to the other current chief probation officers in the room, first of all, thanks for making that drive. These guys were down in San Diego for a business meeting today and drove all the way up to be here this evening. I know that wasn't easy for you, and I really appreciate you being here. It's been my absolute honor to serve next to you. I've learned from each of you as you have set the example of what a great chief probation officer should be. And it was always good to share our highs and our lows with one another, and your friendship means so much to me. So thank you. And of course, while I'm on the subject of chief probation officers, I have to thank Alan and Linda Krogan. Linda retired as chief in Stanislaus County, and of course Alan preceded me as chief here in Riverside and several other counties. He just wanted to be chief everywhere. He was taking over the whole state as chief. But you know, I cannot say enough about Alan's leadership and the opportunities that he created for me. And I knew Linda was right there behind him in support every step of the way. I absolutely would not be here today if it were not for Alan's belief in me, and in some cases, having a lot of patience with me. I know for those of you that were here when Alan was here, you know patience was not his top quality most of the time. I think I took after him in that case in many respects. But he was incredibly patient with me as I learned and grew under his leadership. And so, and I know Alan, I think, has really provided a lot of mentoring and encouragement for all the other chiefs in the room also. And so, Alan, thank you very much, and certainly for your friendship. To our county judiciary, it's been my pleasure serving as your chief probation officer. Your support has always been vital to our department. Your direction and partnership has made us more successful. And I always appreciated the conversations with you on how we were doing as an organization and envisioning how we can do things better in Riverside County. To our Board of Supervisors, as I said this morning at the board meeting, it's been a true honor for me to work with each of you, and I've always appreciated your understanding of the value of that our department brings to our local criminal justice system. But I have to be honest and say I'm not really going to miss budget season. George, and really to the entire county executive team, you have changed the culture in Riverside County. You've provided direction and focus to county departments. I know I was critical at times, and I appreciate that you didn't try and shoot the messenger. And certainly a special thanks to Jeff Van Wagenen. You know, Jeff and I met in a juvenile courtroom many years ago when he was a very new deputy district attorney, and I was a senior probation officer. And you know, Jeff, you've done great work with all the public safety departments, and I'm truly going to miss your leadership and your friendship. So thank you. And I want to thank all of our law enforcement partners. You know, your jobs are getting tougher every day. It was always important to me for the probation department to assist you and work alongside you in ways that would help you fulfill your mission. But I also have to say thank you for always stepping up and helping us when we needed your help with something, or someone in many cases. In those situations, we were clearly beyond our level of expertise. And I just remember that when we created our PAC teams, that was a major innovation, not only for Riverside County, but I really believe we set the example for the rest of California. And of course, thanks to our DA's office. I know Mike Hestron couldn't be here this evening, and our public defender's office. I think I saw Steve Harmon in the crowd somewhere. Thank you, Steve. What an amazing and I'll say unique relationship between the three of us. Believe it or not, we actually get along and like one another. Doesn't mean we always agreed, but we could always come up with a resolution to our challenges, and I think our three agencies have really created a true partnership, and so Steve and Mike, thank you for that. To the other county department leaders here this evening, thank you for your collaboration over the years. The probation department is very diverse, and we need partnerships in order to be successful. And we have so many examples of collaborative efforts across the county that are successful, and we could not have had these things without your support and collaboration and being right there in the trenches alongside us. And lastly, to the probation department employees here this evening. I want you to know how much I've appreciated you over the years for your tireless effort. I always pushed hard, and most things could never have been done fast enough, and a lot of cases good enough for me. So much has changed and happened in just the past 6 to 8 years, and you have led and managed these changes not just for Riverside County, but for the probation profession across the state of California. You have made it an honor to serve as your chief. Always remember that no matter where you sit in the organization, you bring value to accomplishing the mission of the department. And while this evening's program is focused on recognizing me, I know that any success I have had is because of each of you and the effort and work that you have put in each and every day. So thank you very much. Promised I would keep it short. Good luck to all of you. That's all I have.